This is Greg, aka Crazy G from Crazy G in the G Spot and NECR, and I am back. And with that being said, for the first show being back, I have none other than the bassist from Alice Cooper and Beasto Blanco, Mr. Chuck Garric. How you doing?
What's happening? What's up? Hey, man. I'm good. How are you doing? Crazy G. I love it. Sounds like a band, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I want to welcome you and thank you for taking the time to speak with us here at NECR. How's life treating you and what's going on?
Oh, man, everything's killer here, bro. I'm on the road right now with Alice Cooper. I'm in Youngstown, Ohio. Day off today. We just did 4 in a row, so we got a little day off. But everything's going good. Just doing what we do out here. Just kicking ass every night and getting ready to do another one tomorrow.
That's awesome, man. And, you know, I'm all about kicking ass, let me tell you. For those who might not have heard of you, the Cave Dwellers, you know, for those who are listening out there, a little background on your career for those who might not know.
Yeah, sure, no problem. And, you know, most of those cave dwellers are the ones that end up being the biggest fans, you know what I mean? Come on, come out of that cave, come out. See the light, baby. You know, so basically, yeah, you know, I've been playing bass for several years. I've been in Alice Cooper's band for the last 13 years as bass player and songwriter for Alice Cooper. And before that, I played bass with the legendary Ronnie James Dio. Had a co-write on the last Dio record, Master of the Moon, a song by the title Death by Love. And currently, as well as playing with Alice Cooper, I front and I sing and play guitar for an amazing fucking rock and roll band called Beasto Blanco.
Yeah, baby. I like that. You know, as you said, you've been with many bands throughout the years. Currently with the original shock artist, as far as I'm concerned, Alice Cooper. Out of all the artists you have played with, which artist sticks out more and why?
Well, you know, I mean, there's no doubt the legacy that Alice Cooper holds in rock and roll history, and he's continuing to make rock and roll history. But before I got in and started playing with Alice, you know, Ronnie James Dio was a real special person to me. He became a really close friend and band member, and Ronnie really took the time when I was in the band to, I don't know if he realized he was doing it, but he really was kind of showing me the way. He was showing me the ropes. He was a true professional regardless of what the situation was when it came to songwriting in the studio, performing, rehearsing, sound checking, on the bus, with his friends, with his family, just a complete professional, and really just kind of set me in the right direction. I don't think it was something Ronnie was necessarily doing, you know, for me, as it just was something he just practiced in his everyday life. So it just, you know, kind of helped me gain my confidence as a performer and as a bass player and as a songwriter. So when I went into the next level to be able to play in a band with Alice Cooper and play with some of what I think are some of the greatest musicians out there that are still playing to this day and doing very well for themselves. You know, Alice had already, you know, I'd already been kind of set up thanks to Ronnie and Wendy with their guidance and just set me up for success. And then Alice just sort of, you know, he's the same way. Very professional, very motivated guy, gives 100%. And I've been fortunate enough to play with two of the best as far as I'm concerned. Two very different artists from each other, but completely professional guys. I couldn't be more grateful to both of them.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I can remember when I bought Alice Cooper's, well, my first album that I ever bought of his, which was the School's Out album. And it was actually the album, the cover itself was made into like an old school desktop. And I'll tell you, that was the most incredible thing as a young kid I ever seen. And him along with Ronnie James Dio, one of the probably top metal gods in this industry. We're very fortunate, and as you said, you were very fortunate to play with them. We're very fortunate to still have Alice. And
today is the day Ronnie passed away several years ago, and we all give up metal horns for the...
I'm doing it right now, man.
Ronnie James Dio, for sure, man.
That's right. I just want to ask one quick question relating to him.
Yeah.
What was it actually like playing on stage with him, and is there any particular memorable moment you could share with us?
Oh man, I mean, let me tell you something. With a voice like Ronnie's, it was just pure power. I just remember feeling just fucking power in just the roar of the instruments coming off the stage. I mean, he allowed for, because it was just a three-piece, basically, me, Craig Goldie, and Simon Wright, and Ronnie's vocals. And man, it was just a powerhouse. I've never really sonically heard anything like that on stage until I got into Ronnie's band. With those songs and his voice, it would give me, it'd make the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, and it would just make me dig into my fucking bass even harder, man. Put my feet into the stage, man, and just grind it out. It was phenomenal.
You're doing it to me right now. They're standing up on me right now.
Yeah, bro, it was killer, and there's no doubt that, one of my most memorable times was with Ronnie would just pretty much have to be the, my first gig with him ever. We really never had a chance to rehearse the show. It kind of was something that happened pretty quickly, and I was given a set list and a couple of days of rehearsals, but we never really rehearsed the set in order. It was just sort of, here's the set list, and let's go for it. So we had sound check, and it was in Denmark, the first show, and one of the things that just dawned on me before we were supposed to go on, I'm like, hey, is there an intro tape or something? What's going on? And Ronnie looks at me and goes, oh, yeah, there's an intro tape. And then you'll hear this girl scream, and then Simon will count you off 4 beats, and then you go right into the intro of the song. And I'm thinking, because I started the tune, it was Evolution. And I thought, oh, okay, great. Well, thanks for letting me know. But it was just the confidence, like I said earlier. Ronnie really instilled that in me when I was with them at rehearsals and jamming. He knew I had it. He knew he was safe with me. He knew I would come in prepared. He knew I had this shit covered, and he didn't worry about it. So to me, to hear him say that, it was like the last thing on his mind.
I'll tell you, you must have some amazing fucking memories.
Some of the best, man. Some of the best, bro.
But as you mentioned earlier, you are with Alice Cooper now, and have been since 2002. What has that ride been like for you?
It's been an incredible journey, bro. Yeah, I mean, I've been able to play with some of the biggest bands in the world with Ronnie. We've had the opportunity to play with bands with Deep Purple. We've opened for the Rolling Stones, Iron Maiden, Rob Zombie, Motley Crue, Twisted Sister. I mean, Scorpions. Shit, man, the list goes on and on. It's been an amazing journey. It continues to be an amazing journey. Every day is killer with him. Every show is amazing. I love watching and being part of the fact of, how we come up with the stage show, how each year will change things, and how it develops and how things start to shift and take shape on stage with Alice. He really is a remarkable entertainer.
That's amazing. What is it like collaborating, not with all the members, but in particular with Nita Strauss, and how does your style mesh with hers?
With Nita goes, she came in as we haven't collaborated as far as writing goes or anything like that as of yet, but, Nita came in as a guitar player, as a third guitar player, learning from Orianthi. Orianthi laid some amazing groundwork for her to learn from and give her a solid blueprint. So I think the style of Alice Cooper was a little bit different than what Nita was used to. But she came in and she did her homework, and she also is a true professional and did her part. And she's fortunate enough to have guys like Ryan Roxy and Tommy Hendrickson around that really ironed out the parts for her and made her feel comfortable as well. As a band, we were very solid and up for success when it came to that. And she's been a great addition to the band. She's a firecracker on stage.
Awesome. She looks like she is, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
We got a few minutes left. I want to touch upon and not forget about that you also have been a part of Beasto Blanco since 2012. What can you tell us about that project?
First of all, it's really not a project. Beasto Blanco is a band. It's something I care deeply about. It's something that means a lot to me and my band members as well.
I thought you created it. That's why I called it the project.
Yeah, we did. I did create it with my partner Chris Latham on guitar. we just set out for something that was high energy rock and roll, just to show our influences throughout the years. We love to party. We love bands like Motorhead and Rob Zombie and Thin Lizzy and just, Ted Nugent and all that stuff. But at the same time, we have a new style of music that we like to call our own. And the great thing about Beasto Blanco is it is all of that high energy rock and roll, but we have a little secret weapon we call Calico Cooper, who is part of our clan, if you will, and she's just an amazing performer, an amazing rock star, great voice, just so much fun to be in a band with, so much fun to share the stage with her. The live show is it speaks for itself. It's on another level. It's a great band, when you listen to it on CD or you go see it live, man. It definitely has a lot of energy and you'll feel it.
Well, next time you're in my neck of the woods, I'm definitely going to have to check you guys out.
Killer, bro.
For sure. It seems that you keep yourself very, very busy. What is your secret to not only your style of playing with a rigorous schedule, but also trying to adapt with other artists in their styles? How do you adapt so well without missing a beat?
Well, man, I think that the key to that is just basically just keeping an open mind, not really saying no or shutting down ideas or even different things that happen. You got to be willing to put yourself out there. You got to be willing to grind it out. You got to be willing to face your fears, to face obstacles head on. You got to be willing to try something. You got to put yourself out there and also be willing to fail and give it a go and help make that fear, turn that fear into courage. I mean, that's basically what Beasto Blanco is about. That's why we came up with the name, because we wanted the music and everything that we were putting out there to have a name, something that summons you, to makes you a better person, to make you grind it out, make you try something you're a little afraid of doing, making you try something that you could fail at. You're not going to become a better person unless you do something, unless you put yourself out there. And I feel like I've been given a gift to play music. I've played with some of the best in the world, and I continue to play with some of the best in the world. And my goal is to do the same with Beasto Blanco. Just make our mark in rock and roll history and go out there and fuck some people up.
Kick him right in the teeth.
That's right.
Just a couple more quick questions, Chuck, and I'll let you go, because I have to ask this next one. I see you are an avid golfer, just like Alice. What is your handicap, and what is it like out on the links with him?
Oh, man. My handicap is golf.
Good answer.
Yeah, man. Hey, bro, we're out there just having fun. We're cracking the ball around. It's that or sitting in the hotel room half the time. So it's a better place to be when you can just get outside, get some fresh air, put some of the other stuff that's going on around you, just turn it off and go out there and have some fun with your buddies. There's nothing better than that. I mean, last year I didn't play much golf because I had other priorities. I had to finish the Beasto Blanco record. I was constantly working, tracking, recording, writing, you name it, from my hotel room. And this year I told myself, now that the record's done and the videos are done and I'm just waiting for the release of this album, that I was going to go out there and just have a little fun.
Well, that's cool, man. And I'll tell you, it looks like you guys are, because I checked out your Facebook page and I seen a couple on Alice's page of you guys out there on the links. And, that's what it's about. You got to enjoy yourself, too. It can't be all work.
Let me tell you something. When it becomes all work, it becomes, I don't know, for me personally, I think you need to let it out for a little while. You need to forget about everything else that's going on. So when you do go to work, you do go to write, you do go to play, you're more free and happy, and more stuff comes out that way. It just seems like you're just a more centered individual, and that's what I am really after, is that you can get locked up just focusing and working too hard. And this year I've earned a little trip to the golf course every once in a while.
But you're right, though, man. That's so true in the word you just said. It's you got to be centered and focused, and sometimes you got to take a break from it. That's just the way. The way it works. One more question, I'll let you go, because I know you're a very busy man. Obviously, you are touring at the moment. Is there anything else in the works for you outside of Alice Cooper and Beasto Blanco at this time that you could tell us about? Or are you in the process or even thinking about another Beasto Blanco CD?
Yeah, the second record is what we're focusing on right now. We're looking for early October, late September release. release the full album with videos. That's what we're focusing on right now. We have Beasto Blanco is going to be on the Monsters of Raw cruise February 2nd through the 7th of 2017. We'll be touring before that as well in support of our second release. So right now, that's where my main focus is. And in the meantime, you need to find me. I'll be on stage with Alice Cooper. After that, look for me with Beasto Blanco.
Oh, I'll definitely be looking for you with Beasto Blanco next time you guys come up to the Northeast. But I've taken up enough of your time. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chuck Garric, bass player for Alice Cooper and Beasto Blanco. I want to thank you on behalf of NECR for your time. And man, I wish you the best with Alice and Beasto Blanco, and I hope you continue to kick everything in the face.
It's the only way to do it, man.
It's the only way.
Flag, no one's going to salute, baby.
That's right. I totally agree with you.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right. Sounds good. I appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Cheers.